There's so much to learn in this video, and once you learn how to do this, you can print on tags, bags, envelopes and journal cards. And I'm going to be using Canva to help you find the best placement to put your bag through your printer. G'day, it's Donna from Australia, and I'm going to show you how you can join Canva, and that's a free version, create a placement template, set up an overprint and then download it, and how to use a pretty Etsy print if you don't want to use a Canva one, and then I'm going to show you how to print directly onto a paper bag. Now all printers are different, but I'm going to show you how I stick my bag to a carrier sheet and what printer settings I use, and then what you can do after your bag has printed. If you're not interested in learning how to use Canva, go straight to this section, print directly onto the envelope. What is Canva? Canva is an online graphic art software app. If you've heard of Photoshop, it does similar stuff, but Canva is for free. They do have a paid version as well. And I'm going to be using Canva to help you find the best placement to put your bag through your printer. Now I've put the link to join the free version in the description box below this video. If you already have Canva, log in and go to the next step. But if you need help on how to join, here's the steps on how to join for free. Right, so you know the first step, you've got to click on this link here, and that's below my video. Once you've clicked on the link, it'll open up to this window that says Donna Phillips invited you to join Canva. Choose Google, Facebook or email. I'm just going to put in email for the demo and click continue. Canva have automatically given me a username, so I'm going to click continue. If you've used email, it'll send you a code to your email. Go and get that code. So you copy it from your email, come back here, paste it here and click continue. Now you have to choose what you're using Canva for. So I'm selecting personal. Canva will now try and get you to upgrade to the pro version, which is the paid version. So if you want to get the free trial, go and get it. If not, just say no thanks. Go to the next step, click on maybe later. Now that you've joined, you'll get one free credit, and I'll show you how you can use that free credit later. So now just click on got it, and you'll see all these streamers fly up all over the screen, and this means you've successfully joined. And you'll know you have because you'll see your personal account details over on the left here. So this is how we're going to use Canva. Up the top right hand corner, left mouse click on create a design. Now come down to the bottom of this list and left mouse click on custom size. Change the drop down to inches if you're using US letter paper size. Type in 8.5 width and 11 high. And change it to millimeters if you're using A4. A4 paper is 210 width and 297 high. Now left mouse click on the purple bar, create new design. Now this is where all the magic happens. This is an A4 piece of paper. Before we go on and mark our template here, I'm going to switch back over to the table and show you exactly what we'll be doing. I want to put this glassine envelope or paper bag on this carrier sheet and put it through my printer. But I want to print just on the paper bag. So I need to draw a line around the paper bag so I can target only the paper bag. So I measure the width of the bag and the height of the whole bag with the flap. So now we're going to go back into Canva and put this rectangle shape in on that A4 sheet. Left mouse click, skip the tour because we're getting straight into it. Now come over here to the left hand side and left mouse click on elements. Then here, move down to shapes and left mouse click on this square. It's going to automatically jump onto your page. You can grab the tops, the sides and the corners and make this as big as you like. But we're going to come up here to position and put in the exact measurements that we want. Over here on the left, you've got the advanced features, width, height, ratio. Now I've measured my envelope and I've added a little bit. So it's 123 millimeters wide by 200 millimeters high. I'll show you in a minute what I've done that for. So I'm just going to move my shape into the middle of my A4 page. Now I'm going to remove the color out of the shape. Come up here and left mouse click on this grey dot. Then left mouse click on this red slash. That takes the color out of your shape. But look what happens. Now there's nothing there. But if you hover over where the shape was, the outline will show up. Well, the ghost of the outline anyway. So we need to put a border around it so you can see the shape. So click on these three bars here and then click on the border weight. And that's it. Now we've got this shape and we don't need that grey fill in it because you don't want that to print out. Now this is a little look at why I've made the black very outside line bigger and the grey is representing my envelope. So this is called a bleed. And we do this to make sure that when you print your envelope, it's fully covered. Now come up to the top here, and at the moment this template is untitled, so give it a name. I'm just calling it template, but it would be better called placement bag template. Right, now we're going to create a pretty print to go over our envelope. So first you have to duplicate this page. So on these two little plus signs, left mouse click and it will automatically duplicate the first page so you have page 2. So this is our envelope. Well, it's a little bit bigger than our envelope, remember. We are only going to make a printed area that is going to cover the envelope, not the whole A4 paper size. So let's grab a background to put on our envelope. Over the left hand side here, you want to left mouse click on elements, and then you'll be able to see anything that you've recently used or search for new elements. Type in background. Hit enter or select background from the drop down. Now just come here to this heading and left mouse click on graphics. You'll see here these little crowns in the corner with Pro. All of those ones are the ones you've got to pay for. The ones that are blank you can get for free. Remember, if you signed up under my name, you got 1 credit. This is how you can use that credit. If you click on one of these crowns with Pro on it, you'll be able to use that credit and buy that one with your credit. But if you want to use this software for free, you need to select one without the crown on it. I've found this one I want to use, so I'm going to left mouse click on it and it will automatically jump onto my page. I can stretch this out to be the full size of my A4 page. But if I make it the full size of the page, it's going to waste a lot of ink. So just pull the handles on each side until it matches the size of your envelope shape. Now right mouse click on your box here, and then left mouse click on layer, and then left mouse click on send to the back. Now we can see the envelope border again. This is a really nice light background, but I'm going to put some flowers on top of this so it looks even prettier. Go over to the left hand side here. If you can't see any flowers, go up to the search bar again and just type in flowers and hit enter. I'm just going to go here to Magic Recommendations and left mouse click on these flowers here. Now they've jumped onto my page. I'm just going to grab the corner and resize them and drag them where I want to place them on my envelope here. Now my background is finished and I'm going to remove the outline in a minute. We don't want this to print. You even have the option to name what page this is. So just click here next to page 2 and rename it. So I'm just going to call this flower color print. Now we're going to remove the outline. The first thing you need to do to remove the outline is select it. So with your left mouse, just select the outline, then go up here to these 3 little lines and then click on this little circle with the line through it, and that'll remove the outline altogether for you. Now I'm just going to scroll back up to page 1 and I'm going to rename just the page. I'm just going to call this template placement. Congratulations, you're done with your designing. We're going to finish up here by getting it off Canva and onto your computer. So move on to the next step. Now we're going to download these 2 pages onto your computer, but we're going to download them as separate pages. Come up here to the top right hand corner and left mouse click on share. Then come down here and left mouse click on download. Now come back up here to PNG and on this little arrow left mouse click and change it to JPEG. Now before we hit download, we're going to split the pages into 2. So come here to select pages, left mouse click on this little drop down arrow and uncheck all pages. And we're just going to select page 1. And then on this purple bar, left mouse click done. And then on this purple bar, left mouse click download. Here it's showing you that it's downloading. But if you look up the top here, and if you hover over this little blue arrow, which shows that it's downloaded on your computer, it'll be in your My Documents, and it generally goes to My Downloads. So at the moment, we're still in Canva. So how you get to your My Documents is you would left mouse click on this little icon here, the folder, and that will open up in your downloads, which will be on your computer. But that's only page 1. Now we've got to go back and get page 2. So left mouse click on the share button here, then left mouse click on download, then change it to JPEG, then drop the arrow down on select pages, uncheck all the pages, then check page 2, left mouse click done, then left mouse click on download. It starts downloading again and again up in this blue arrow up the top of your computer. When you click on the little file, it will show you where it is in your My Documents, which should be in your downloads folder. What you then do is you need to get these 2 folders out of your downloads and then save them wherever you want to find them later on your computer. I'll close down My Documents and I can just view my Canva page. Now we can just get out of this Canva page And what will happen is it will save your designs for you. You don't have to press save or anything. It will do it automatically. Here's one I done yesterday, and here's the one I done for you today. So here's the one I done yesterday. I put a lot more designs in it, so you can go ahead and put as many pages as you like and download them all together or separately. You might have some Etsy digitals, and I'm now going to show you how you can upload one of those digitals into Canva and use it instead of one of the Canva designs. First step, duplicate your page. Now go over here to the left side and left mouse click on Uploads. Then on this purple bar, left mouse click on Upload Files. Now this is going to take you to My Documents on your computer. Wherever your Etsy files are on your computer, select that folder where you have your background saved. Left mouse click on the background you want to use, then come down to the bottom right hand corner, left mouse click Open. It's going to automatically upload into Canva. When it's finished uploading, left mouse click on it and it'll jump straight onto your page. Grab this rotation handle at the bottom here and rotate your image to the right. Drag your bounding box until it's bigger than the shape in the background. Now right mouse click on the lacy image and left mouse click on Layer, then left mouse click on Send to Back. You can leave the lacy piece bigger like this, or you can resize it by dragging the sides in and having them equal to your placement line. Just a reminder, you do not need to have it the full size of your A4 sheet. Next step is to rename your page. I'm just calling this Lacy Background. Then you need to remove these outline boxes. Ignore that I've got two. Just select the edge of the box and hit the delete button here. Now, as I showed you in the last steps, go up to share and then follow the download process. Now we're getting ready to print the placeholder carrier page. Go to wherever you've saved your files and left mouse click on your template file. Then go up to the printer icon or your settings that say print. And what you need to do is just print this on plain copy paper. If you've got a very light cardstock, you can use that if you want, but I don't feel you need it. This is going to be my carrier sheet. So here's the 2 glassine envelopes that I'm going to be printing on today. So you can see my biggest envelope fits inside this frame. So it doesn't matter if I put something smaller in here, it fits. And I'm not wasting all of this ink by printing outside the square. Now comes the fun bit. We're going to be printing on this envelope. I've got a new carrier sheet here. Don't get confused with this. All I've done is added a second size on here. So just pretend the middle one is not there and just look at the outside line. And here's a tip on how to deal with your envelope if it's a peel and stick. Peel your protective sheet off and just get some powder or cornstarch and just dust it over the sticky area and then wipe it off. And that sticky part will go away and we can print right over the top of it. Get your envelope or your bag and place it on your carrier sheet. Make sure you line it up so that it's inside of your placement area. I'm using washi tape. Now this washi tape is very narrow. You can use the wider one if you've got some, but I find this narrow one works really well. I'm going to catch the very top of the flap of the envelope and the very bottom. And I mean a real tiny bit, around about 1 millimeter is all you need to catch. Making sure this envelope lays as flat as you possibly can get it. Now we're ready to print. go back to your My Documents, locate your flower file, double click on it, select your printer icon or print from your menu. Now we're going to change the settings here. We're going to leave it on portrait because that's the position of the paper that we've designed. And we're going to go down to the paper type. If you were printing a paper envelope, you would leave it on plain paper. But because I'm printing a glassine envelope, I'm going to change the paper type to glossy paper. This really does make a difference. And if you choose glossy paper, it stops it from smudging. Before we hit print, we're going to load our carrier sheet with the envelope on it into the printer. Mine has a tray in the bottom, so I open my tray and I have to put my paper in upside down. So I put my paper in with the envelope facing down. Now I'm going back to my computer and I hit print. It's always exciting to watch the print come out, and this one looks so pretty. I picked a nice soft colour for the background and the flowers look really good on it. At this point, do not touch the print. You've got to let it dry first. I'm just going to carefully peel off the washi tape and show you the very small amount I've got at the top of my flap, which I can cut off. So here's the envelope, 100% dry. I left it overnight. You can leave it for an hour, but I like to make sure that it's 100% dry. And it looks amazing. You would never know that you printed this at home. You can reuse your carrier sheet. I reused this one at least 6 times. This is a smaller envelope. You see if I lift it up here, you'll see some of the flower got chopped off, but I still saved on ink because I'm only printing in this area of my outline shape. So this is dry. I can take it off now. So you can see how much smaller this was compared to my first envelope. And just catching the edges with the washi tape, you can hardly see where the ink missed. So now I'm just going to pop it in this journal here. We often have journal pages 2 different colours. So don't be worried about it only being printed on one side of the envelope. Because I've got pink on this page and I've left the back of the envelope white, once I put my paper clip on here, it works perfectly. And for this wider envelope, you could paper clip it onto your page, or you could glue it down on 3 sides and turn it into a double pocket. Even though these envelopes look good as they are, you can take them a step further and embellish the flap. So I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm just going to tear off the top of the flap. I use my bone folder to crease down the fold line. I'm going to use distress ink in the colour Vintage Photo just to colour the torn edge. Now this looks pretty good, and I'm going to do another one. This time I'm going to paint the edge. So if you haven't got any distress inks, but you've got a palette of watercolour paint, it looks beautiful on because you can still see the colour of the print through the envelope, and the paint just makes it look beautiful. With some water on your plate, choose the colour that you want to paint your edge and make it really watery. Because we've got a transparent bag, you want your paint to be a bit transparent as well. So I'm going for this like tanny colour of the background of the envelope with some black on it. So I like to come in lighter first. So I'll let this dry and have a look at it, and if it needs some more colour, I'll add it at the end. So now I'm going to add some washi tape to it, and I'm going to use the same as this blue one. This one here is a matching colour to the bag. You wouldn't even know it was washi tape. It looks so good. I use a narrow washi tape or a non-intrusive washi tape. It virtually blends into the background and it really does look so good. I've still got my paints out, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the darker colour to the very edge, and it will dry a little bit lighter. I want to show you one more example of how the transparent background works for this washi tape. This is a vintage washi tape from Mum's stash. When you lay it down on the top here, it just looks beautiful. These glassine bags look beautiful printed. They take distress ink, they take watercolour paint. Admittedly, not as well as paper, but it does work. You don't have to print them entirely covered. You can just put a little bit of a faux stitch down the side and a wildflower on the centre like this one. If you decide that learning how to use Canva was all too much, skip that part altogether and just print a full page over your carrier sheet and just use the offcuts for scraps.